good morning, good evening, whenever you're watching this. This is the Vocab and the Black Hawk Academic Word of the Week and your idiom for Week 10. This is the first one of the second quarter, which is very exciting. We've already been doing this a whole quarter. Congratulations. All right, the words this week are great. They are big words. They're kind of a mouthful at times, but they're all really good and all really handy and all really fun to say. First we have ostracize, then vehement, untenable, innocuous, perfunctory, beset, sycophant, or sycophant on occasion, usurp, nexus, and miasma. Now, our Black Hawk Academic Word of the Week is purpose. We're talking about author's purpose here, but we'll get to other modes of it as well. So let's switch over to our next slide. Oh my goodness. Oh, we just went GIF crazy. I have to not look at them to get through this. To ostracize is a verb. It's to purposely exclude someone, to leave them out. All right? That can be from society, friendship, or whatever kind of acceptance, a club, a classroom, whatever. If you ostracize someone, you purposely kind of not just kick them out of the group, you keep them from ever even joining it. They're not allowed in, right? Now you think about Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, who's here softly weeping. He was ostracized by the other reindeer, right? To ostracize someone is a personally, emotionally painful thing. It doesn't have to be just about friends, though. Someone can be ostracized from, like, a political party, right? Something like that. Let's see, next we have vehement. Vehement is an adjective. It describes being absolutely determined, to be full of emotion. These are usually negative, angry emotions. You are absolutely saying, this thing must happen. I absolutely believe in it. You're determined. But there's a negative kind of edge to it. It's not necessarily bad, but there's a slight ugliness to it. If you vehemently oppose something, not only do you oppose it, you might even throw fists if it really comes down to it, right? It's a big deal. I guess that baby's vehement. I am vehement that that baby is scary. That is a scary baby, in part because it looks like a very, very old man. It looks like Ben Kingsley. I guess that's what I'm saying here. Look up Ben Kingsley, and that'll be funny. Okay. Not that Ben Kingsley's super old. Whatever. Here we go. Untenable. My joke there was untenable. It's an adjective. It's incapable of being defended. More than that, it's on the verge of falling apart. All right? It can be a place, like a building, can be untenable. But it can also be a position, an opinion, which is untenable. It's barely holding together. It might fall apart. Now, you may notice 10 in there. 10 isn't like the number 10. It's to live somewhere or to be inside something, like a tenant, right? Is someone who lives somewhere. So something that is untenable, you can't safely be inside it, right? It's dangerous. It's falling apart. It's crumbling. So if something's untenable, it's not going to last very long. It's going to fall apart as soon as someone pokes it. Think about like the Three Little Pigs, right? Those first two homes were untenable. They would fall apart as soon as a wolf blew on them, which is insane. All right, innocuous. My jokes tend to be innocuous. It's an adjective. They're harmless. They're inoffensive. An innocuous comment is one that was intended to be innocent and wasn't meant to hurt anyone. Often when you use innocuous, you're defending a statement. If someone was like, oh man, how'd they mean that? They go, well, it was supposed to be innocuous. It wasn't supposed to be offensive. It's not supposed to hurt anybody. It's not a big deal, right? Now we have to be careful. Just because you say something's innocuous doesn't mean it really is. Someone can choose to be offended, and that's well within their right. However, we also have to be sensitive to the idea that not everyone's trying to be offensive. So, some kind of interesting things there. All right. Oh man, that's a good GIF. All right, we'll have to wait a second to talk about that one, though. Perfunctory. It's an adjective. It describes an action that is performed as a routine duty, but without really care or attention. That doesn't mean they do a bad job of it. They just kind of do what they're supposed to do. So if someone does a perfunctory job on the paper, for instance, they did all right. They got like a B, maybe C+, B-. They did okay. They just kind of went through the motions, right? But they didn't do anything amazing with it. That's perfunctory. If you do a perfunctory job cleaning the house, you didn't do a full-on spring cleaning. You just kind of, you put things away, you maybe swept, maybe vacuumed. That's about it. You didn't clean the windows, right? All right. To be beset, it's a verb. It's to surround and to attack something from all sides. Now, with our GIF here, it's kind of funny. We might think that we're using beset to describe Bruce Lee there in the center in the black pants. We're not, though. We would be using beset to talk about the guys all around him in the white, I think they're called gis, right? the guys and the geese all around him, they have beset Bruce Lee. It's one that you use almost entirely in passive voice. You don't say, we're going to beset them. Be that the hero is beset by all the bad guys, right? So there they are. They're attacking and surrounding on all sides. Well, I guess they're not attacking behind him so much, but they could. All right, next we have a sycophant. It's a noun. It's used to describe someone who flatters and kisses up for self-gain. Yes men, suck-ups, right? People who kiss butt, right? Brown noses. You see him in class. You see him in life. Sycophant is someone who's like, you're hilarious, even when you're clearly not, right? They're not just sucking up, though. They're doing it to get something out of it. They have another purpose in there. And they aren't trustworthy in a funny way. A sycophant, you never quite know what they really think, and that's a dangerous thing. All right, so that's a sycophant. It can be transformed into an adjective of sycophantic. You just add an IC on there and it becomes an adjective. Often students are sycophantic, particularly at the end of first quarter when they want their grade to go up. All right, usurp, it's a verb. It's to seize and to hold by force or by non-legal means, usually used to suggest that something is being taken over. All right? You could usurp someone's authority by taking it away from them and taking it for yourself, right? A coup, C-O-U-P, political coup, is to usurp authority from that nation's leader, right? A classroom could usurp the authority of a classroom by overwhelming the teacher and, having complete chaos in there. It's one you tend to read more in. The reason why I'm using those examples, you tend to use them more when you discuss politics, current events, things like that. Although certainly you could use it in other ways. Next we have nexus. Nexus is a noun. Oh God, we're going to have to explain that GIF there. So let's see, a nexus is a noun. It's a means of connection. It's the tie or the link between two things. It's the link itself. It's the moment of contact, or it's the thing that is connecting them. It's the bond itself, all right? So the nexus between you and I is the fact that I'm a teacher and you're a student, right? That's our nexus. That's where we connect. In class is our nexus, right? That's where we meet. We don't hang out outside of school because, well, that'd be weird. All right. Let's see. Miasma. That's where the dog comes in. It's a dangerous or harmful cloud of gas, which I guess means one dog has farted in the other one's nose. I did not pick this GIF, for the record. That is disgusting. It's adorable and horrible. And there's no sound. I'm assuming that one dog has farted in the other one's nose. It's often used non-literally to talk about a bad feeling in the atmosphere. Feel like there's a certain miasma in the room or outside. Like you're getting bad vibes, right? There's something not good in the air. But in its more literal sense, a miasma would be a dangerous or harmful cloud or gas, right? Chemical warfare, things like that. Terrible stuff. Living here by the Salton Sea, sometimes you can smell it and you feel like there's a miasma in the air. When I was in Denver, there's a town called Greeley, and it has a giant meat packing plant. And when the wind blows the right way, you can smell the meat packing plant, even though it's an hour's drive away, and there'd be a miasma in the city. All right. Let's see. Here we go. Purpose. This is our academic word of the week. It's an author's purpose. It's the reason an author decides to write about a specific topic. What's their motivation? What's their purpose? All right. Now, often we may ask you, what's your purpose? In a day-to-day thing, what are you trying to do? What are you trying to achieve? All right. So there we go. And our idiom of the week. Oh, God, that picture's scary. Okay. Straight from the horse's mouth. This means that the information came directly from the subject that the information concerns. It comes straight from the source that's being discussed. All right. I know Sarah got engaged because I heard it straight from the horse's mouth. She told me herself. I think this expression is actually about health of horses back in the old days. You'd want to look at the horse yourself and look at its teeth to make sure it was still in good shape. I'm not positive about that. Now, also I should mention, I'm scared of horses. Not like if you show me a toy horse, I'm going to start crying. But I'm definitely uncomfortable around them. And this picture is not helping me. Look at those teeth. It doesn't eat meat, and yet it has giant teeth that can bite a chunk out of your arm. I don't trust it. They don't have feet. I don't trust an animal that doesn't have feet. I don't trust snakes. I don't trust horses. They have hooves. It's like they were born with weapons on the end of their legs, and they can kick you to death. All right? You can't walk behind a horse. I don't trust something that I can't walk behind. That seems foolish. All right, that's the slideshow. Those are the words. Those are the words again, if you need to write them all down again. Good luck this week. I know you do well. See you next time.